was growing up, there was a man on our street named Mr. Henderson. Mr. Henderson was a good guy, hard-working, but he had this one thing. In his driveway, under a heavy gray tarp, sat a 1967 Mustang. He bought it when he was 25. The engine was blown, the interior was ripped, and the paint was peeling. But he swore to everyone who would listen, "I am going to restore this car. It's going to be a beauty." Every Saturday morning, we'd see him go out there, lift the corner of the tarp, look at the rust, sigh, and put the tarp back down. Years went by. Mr. Henderson got married. He had kids. He got promoted. He retired. And the car sat there. It stopped being a car. It became a monument to guilt. Every time he walked past it, that car whispered to him, "You didn't do it. You're lazy. You never finish what you start." When he finally moved into a retirement home, his kids had to pay a tow truck to haul it to the scrapyard. The tires had rotted into the pavement. Mr. Henderson spent 40 years paying a tax on that car. Not a money tax, but a mental tax. He let a decision he made at 25 haunt him until he was 65. I tell you that story because as we head into 2026, many of you have a Mustang sitting in your mental driveway. Maybe in January 2025, you bought a domain name for a blog you never wrote. Maybe you paid for a certification course that you stopped watching after Module 2. Maybe you swore you were going to learn Spanish, and the only word you know is hola. And now you are doing exactly what Mr. Henderson did. You are looking at that unfinished goal, and you are feeling heavy. You are telling yourself, "I have to finish this in 2026 because I started it." But do you? Here is the hard truth. Just because you bought the car doesn't mean you have to drive it. Let me tell you about someone who made a different choice. Let's call her Elena. Elena spent 4 years in university studying to be an architect. She was good at it. She spent thousands of dollars. She spent sleepless nights building models. 2 months before graduation, she sat down at her drafting table, looked at her work, and realized something terrifying. She hated it. She hated the details. She hated the culture. Now, everyone around her said the same thing. They said, "Elena, you've come this far. You have to finish. You have invested too much time to quit now." That is what economists call the sunk cost fallacy. The idea that you have to keep eating food you hate just because you paid for the meal. Elena didn't listen. She walked away. She didn't become an architect. She started a bakery. Today, she is happy. But if she had listened to the guilt, if she had tried to finish what she started just to please the past, she would be a miserable architect right now. So, how do you know if you are Mr. Henderson or Elena? How do you know what to keep for 2026? You need to look at your unfinished goals from 2025 and ask one question. Does this goal belong to who I am now or who I was then? The person you were in January 2025 had different information. They didn't know what the economy would do. They didn't know you would get sick or get promoted or lose interest. If you are only holding on to a goal because you feel guilty about the time you already spent, you are holding on to a corpse. You need to have a funeral for those goals. It is okay to look at that unfinished project and say, "Thank you. You taught me that I don't actually want this." And then Let it go. Don't be Mr. Henderson. Don't let your unfinished business rot in the driveway of your mind for another year. If the goal still lights you up, keep it. Polish it. Fix it. But if it's just rust, call the tow truck. Clear the driveway. You need that space for 2026.